If you've been up to speed on the channel, you would have known that the Eagle's been giving us some problems. And so has everything else. We've been trying to put it together still, and it's just been kind of one thing after another. First, the fuel pump didn't want to work, but the cam sensor wasn't on it, and then everything else, and I'm still trying to work while I'm talking. And then, put that together, didn't want to have the fuel pump run, and then it didn't want to do anything else. It just wanted to give up on life. Well, it really wanted to give up on life about 10 minutes ago when it tried to catch on fire. And I don't say that as I'm kidding. No, it really tried to set itself on fire. I hooked the battery up because I was going to track some wires and stuff to try and fix why the ECU wasn't getting power on the one plug. And I hooked up my OBD2 scanner and then unplugged everything a couple times, looked at it again, plugged it back in, and the check engine light came on for 5 seconds, as it should. Cool. That seems to be working. Well, then I took and was like, okay, cool. Unplugged the scanner. Check engine light still did what it was supposed to. These are supposed to come on for 5 seconds, and then everything, should be good, should fire right up. Well, we also still didn't have the fuel pump priming. We put in a new relay. I turned the key on. Fuel pump came on just as it should. Everything good. Cool. Tried to fire it up. Didn't want to work. Okay, go back. I was getting ready to check for spark, and I found this really terrible smell right about here on the engine bay, which this is the driver's side, and I'm still going through some wiring here, but this horrible smell, and I'm like, okay, that's not quite right. And we had some interesting smells working on this, but nothing really insane. And yeah, so I left the hookup still for it, and I left the battery hooked up, and I was waiting to see if it got worse, if it got better, and it got worse and started smoking and tried to catch on fire. And I'm like, okay, heard really bad noises, like melting wires, and grabbed the fire extinguisher because I'm not going to let this car burn to the ground. And I'm just trying to look back over the wiring and find what is trying to melt the car down. That's the fiasco for today. Alright guys, I think I figured it out. So, I thought I smelled it around this area. So, I was like, I'm going to start by taking the coil packs off so I could see if there's any wiring under here. And, surprise, surprise, there's not. I also had to take the fuel rail off. And, yeah. So, I'm thinking it's down below the intake manifold. But I'm like, we have another set of coil packs for it, and these ones looked a touch used. And I'm like, well, maybe I'll just replace them while I'm there. So I took everything apart, and this is one coil pack. That just has the two things on it. And here's the other one. And I'm thinking that either this tried to explode or it was built wrong or something, because this smells like burnt. And I think this is what went wrong. And it just tried to sort of set it on fire. But I don't quite know because the key wasn't on. But That really smells burnt. Probably going to give me lung cancer. So everybody, we got the 2 other coil packs we had on the car. I'm not sure how a coil pack could cause that much smoke and freak me out so much, but that wasn't necessarily very good. So, probably going to end it off here. Still a little shaken up about it, which, I guess kind of happens. I wouldn't be so afraid if this were sitting in a place that I owned. So, almost tried to catch on fire. No big deal. But we still got the fire extinguisher. And, don't plan on having any more issues like this. I mean, got that one figured out. It's just one thing at a time. I think tomorrow I'm going to come put that back on. I have 2 little caps actually that I need to put on the underside of the coil packs that I might have to redo again because they go over the wires for it. Got to redo the plug wires, which no big deal. All this little small stuff. And I think that's it for today, I'm just going to take it easy, get back to it tomorrow. I still know what I got to do. Got to put the wiring back in, and that's about it. Hook up the battery, have someone else here with me, just in case it tries to do the same thing, and I didn't fix it today or tomorrow. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that your car doesn't try to set on fire like this. And I hope that you had a better than mine Friday the 13th. Mine's not over yet, though. So, we'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching.